Hello everyone, hope you're all doing fantastic today. Welcome to our cozy corner where we explore delicious recipes from around the globe. Today we're venturing into the heart of French cuisine with a classic dish, Coq Au Vin. A testament to the rustic charm of French cooking, this dish has captured taste buds far and wide with its rich wine-infused flavors. So if your taste buds are yearning for a gastronomic adventure, you're in the right place. Without further ado, let's dive into the world of this French culinary delight. To start with, you'll need to gather your ingredients. Let's take a moment to appreciate the stars of our show. First, we have our chicken, the backbone of our Coq Au Vin. It's going to absorb all the wonderful flavors we're about to introduce. Next up, the red wine, which will lend a robust and rich depth to our dish. Our mushrooms, onions, and garlic are here to provide a savory base, each contributing their unique tones. Let's not forget our bacon. It's not just for breakfast, folks. It will add a smoky undercurrent that just ties everything together. Lastly, our fresh herbs. They're like the final brushstrokes on our culinary masterpiece, giving it that fresh, aromatic finish. Each ingredient has a crucial role to play, working in harmony to create a symphony of flavors that will have your taste buds dancing. Now that you have everything ready, it's time to start cooking. The first step in our cooking journey is preparing the chicken. Now you've got your chicken all ready to go. But before we dive right into cooking, let's season it well. Use a generous amount of salt and pepper. Remember, seasoning is key to bringing out the full flavor of the chicken. Don't be shy. Give it a good rub to ensure the seasonings penetrate deep into the meat. Once your chicken is well seasoned, let's move on to searing. Heat up a large skillet or Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Add a splash of olive oil and let it heat up. You'll know the oil is ready when it shimmers or when a drop of water sizzles on contact. Now place your chicken in the pan, skin side down. Listen to that sizzle. That's the sound of flavor building. You're aiming for a beautiful golden brown color on the skin. This isn't just for aesthetics, my friends. The browning process, also known as the Maillard reaction, is a chemical reaction that creates a complex, rich flavor. While your chicken is browning, resist the temptation to move it around. Let it do its thing. This is how you'll get that perfect crispy skin. After about 4 to 5 minutes, peek under one piece. If it's golden and releases easily, it's time to flip. Give each side the same amount of love and attention. And remember, we're not looking to cook the chicken through at this stage. We're just searing it to lock in the juices and create that beautiful brown crust. Once you've achieved that delectable golden brown color on all sides, remove the chicken from the pan. You might notice some browned bits stuck to the bottom of the pan. Don't worry, that's flavor gold right there. We'll use that in the next step to build our base flavor. Once your chicken is beautifully browned, set it aside for now. We've got more delicious work to do. Now, we move on to creating the base flavor for our Coq Au Vin. We're going to start off with the bacon. Bacon is one of those magical ingredients that, when cooked down, contributes a rich, smoky flavor to any dish. You'll want to cook the bacon over medium heat until it's crispy and its fat has been rendered out. This fat is going to serve a very important purpose. It's going to be our cooking medium for the onions and mushrooms. Next up are the onions. Onions are truly the unsung heroes of the culinary world. They're in nearly every savory dish, and for good reason. Onions provide a sweet, earthy flavor that's going to meld beautifully with the smoky bacon. Plus, they're going to add a delightful bit of texture to our Coq Au Vin. Cook the onions in the bacon fat until they're soft and translucent, but be careful not to brown them. Browning the onions will give them a caramelized flavor that, while delicious, isn't what we're going for in this dish. Once your onions are cooked, it's time to add in the mushrooms. Mushrooms are going to give our Coq Au Vin a wonderful earthy depth. They absorb all the flavors around them, so they'll suck up that bacon fat and onion goodness like little flavor sponges. Cook the mushrooms until they're soft and have released their liquid. This liquid is going to mix with the bacon fat and onion juices to create a flavorful broth that's going to infuse our chicken with deliciousness. It's important to note that each of these ingredients is contributing its own unique flavor profile to the dish. The smoky bacon, the sweet onions, and the earthy mushrooms are all working together to create a complex symphony of flavors. This is the essence of French cooking, taking simple ingredients and transforming them into something extraordinary. With that, you've built the flavor foundation of your dish. Next, we'll be bringing all these delicious ingredients together. This is where our Coq Au Vin truly starts to take shape. So let's dive right in. First, we're going to reintroduce our beautifully browned chicken back into the pot. Remember, every piece of chicken carries a wealth of flavor, so don't leave any behind. Once the chicken is nestled in snugly, it's time to layer in our vegetable bacon mixture. This medley of onions, carrots, garlic, and bacon has been sautéed to perfection, and it's just bursting with flavor. As you spoon it over the chicken, you'll see how it starts to meld with the juices, creating a rich, hearty base for our dish. Next comes the piece de resistance, the red wine. The wine is essential for Coq Au Vin, lending depth and complexity to the dish. You want to pour it in slowly, letting it seep into every nook and cranny. As the wine bathes the chicken and vegetables, it starts to marry the flavors together, creating an aromatic symphony that fills the kitchen. Once everything is in the pot, it's time to slow cook our Coq Au Vin. Slow cooking is a time-honored technique that allows the flavors to develop fully, turning simple ingredients into something extraordinary. It's a bit like alchemy, really. As the heat gently simmers the pot, the ingredients start to break down, releasing their essence into the sauce. The chicken becomes tender, the vegetables infuse their sweetness, and the wine reduces to a luscious, velvety sauce. And that's it. You've set the stage for a culinary masterpiece. The hard work is done, and now it's time for patience. The longer you let it cook, the more the flavors will intensify, transforming your Coq Au Vin into a dish that's truly unforgettable. Now, all you have to do is wait and let the magic happen. After patiently waiting, it's time for the final touch. The last steps in our Coq Au Vin journey involve two essential ingredients: fresh herbs and garlic. These aren't just ordinary additions. They are the aromatic keystones that transform our dish from delightful to unforgettable. Let's start with the herbs. I'm sure you've noticed how herbs can change the game in a recipe. They bring a burst of freshness that brightens up the rich, deep flavors we've been building. Here we're using thyme and parsley. Thyme lends a subtle earthiness that complements the wine beautifully, while parsley adds a vibrant, slightly peppery note. Now, to the garlic. Ah, garlic. Is there any dish it can't elevate? Its pungent, spicy sweet flavor permeates our Coq Au Vin, tying together the multitude of taste sensations we've been layering. To incorporate these, simply scatter them into the pot, allowing their fragrances to meld with the simmering ingredients. The heat will gently coax out their essential oils, infusing the dish with an irresistible aroma that promises a feast for the senses. Think of these ingredients as the final brushstrokes on a masterpiece, adding depth, complexity, and a touch of finesse. They are the dash of magic that turns a meal into an experience, a recipe into a memory. There you have it. Your Coq Au Vin is ready to be served. And there you have it, a delicious Coq Au Vin, made right in your kitchen. Let's take a moment to recap the key steps that brought this French classic to life. We started with gathering our ingredients, ensuring each was fresh and of high quality. Then we prepared the chicken, browning it to perfection. We built the base flavor, sautéing onions and garlic, and deglazing with a good splash of red wine. We brought it all together, adding in the chicken, vegetables, and herbs, and let it simmer until the flavors melded beautifully. And finally, we added the final touch, a sprinkling of fresh parsley for that bright pop of color and flavor. I hope this inspires you to try making this dish and share your experiences. Remember, cooking is an adventure, and every dish is a story waiting to be told. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, bon appétit.